Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. So we have discussed a lot of topics related to the auditing. Auditing, what is auditing, objects of auditing, classification of auditing or types of auditing, and also we have seen appointment of auditor, removal of auditor. Today we will see only the rights of auditor. If he is having a good knowledge about what is my right, if I am an auditor, what are my rights, then I can perform well. That is why every auditor must know what are his rights. Okay. So total 8 types of rights are there. We will discuss each and every point. First one is that right to access to books of accounts. Auditor has to perform his duty properly, means first of all he needs the information related to the total entire accounts department. What are the books maintained, where are the ledgers, where are the journals, and also trial balance, profit and loss account, and related to this accounts, and also some of the information, documentation, and all these things information, he has a right. Without accessing the books properly, he can't do the auditing properly. That is why first right of every auditor is that right to access to books of accounts. Here books in the sense journal entries and all these things, accounts related books, and also vouchers, purchasing anything, selling anything, bills receivable, bills payable, anything vouchers related to that, vouchers are required, and also documents related to any transaction, and also correspondence and agreements, all these things, company related, all the information, not only the accounts, all the agreements, all the documents, and everything which is related to the company, entire information we call it as accounts information, not only the accounts, right? So this entire information is required to the auditor when he demands, when he asks so and so information. The accounts officer or the accounts department must be in a position to produce the information, required information. This is the first right. If no information, how can he go for auditing, right? Not possible. That is why right to get the information. Second one is that right to obtain information and explanation. Here he got all the accounts information. Here explanation, right to obtain information and explanation. Wherever he finds that the data is not sufficient and whatever data they have produced, it is not up to the mark, he has some doubts, then he wanted to ask the doubts, he wanted to get more information, he wanted to get more explanation, more information. So everything he is having a right. Only the thing is, smoothly, softly he can request the concerned person to explain about that particular concept or particular aspect, because he needs some more information. So that some more information he can gather it through an explanation of the concerned department, concerned person, concerned officer, whoever it may be. Then only he will be having the clarity about the accounts. That is the second right. Third right is that right to inspect branch accounts. If a company is having branches related to the main company, branch accounts are related, right? We have an idea. Branch accounts, main company, both are related. That is why whenever auditor feels that whatever transactions to company and branch related to that, if he has any doubts, if he wanted to audit, then he has a right. He has a right to visit the branch accounts, branch office, and he can check the branch accounts also. Every right he is having, because this is directly or indirectly related to the main accounts only, main branch, head office, right? That is why head office related any branch offices, he has a right to visit and to check the accounts of that branch accounts. Next one is that right to receive notice. As long as auditor is working in particular company, auditor is also part of the company. Auditor is having the every right to receive the notice. What kind of notice? If any company meetings, resolution have taken, and any kind of changes they are doing, all this information also to be given to the auditor. Auditor is having the right to receive the every notice, especially general meetings, company general meetings, general body meetings, or otherwise any special resolutions or any extraordinary meeting, anything, all the information he has to get. He should get the notices properly. Notices in the sense like as I said, all these notices, and also he is having a right to attend the meetings. When he gets the notice, suppose so and so time annual general meeting is there, he has a right to attend the meetings. He can attend the meetings, and at the same time during the interviews he has a right to explain related to the accounts. And when it comes to the accounts related any kind of topic, when he feels that somewhat my explanation, my views are required, I wanted to throw some inputs, then he has a right. But remember, at the same time, no duty to answer questions. If someone asks him questions, can you answer this, can you tell me this? No, he has no duty. He need not to answer to all the questions. Whenever he feels, he can give the explanation, but not to answer the questions of anybody. Able to remember? Remember this point, okay? So, right to receive notice. He can receive notices, he can attend the company meetings, he can speak in the company meetings, but he has no duty to answer to all the questions. Next, fifth right is that right to sign the audit report. Who will prepare the audit report? Auditor. When does he prepare the audit report? End of the auditing program. Entire auditing is over. Then lastly he will be writing this audit report. When he prepares the audit report, only he has a right to sign on the audit report. While preparing this audit report, he must or he has a right to explain about the recommendations. When he writes the audit report, he has a right or he can give some recommendations or any kind of changes in account system. When he finds dissatisfaction, this is not up to the mark, so some kind of changes what he wants, so that he can express in the audit report, and also any recommendations he can do it in the audit report. So that is why right to sign on the audit report. This is one of the important right. Another right is that right to seek legal and technical advice while performing auditing duty. If he is finding any kind of difficulty, the case is complicated, or he needs some expertise advice. Who are the experts? Means legal advice, or otherwise any particular field expert advice he wanted. So he has a right to take the legal advice or any expertise advice from that particular department, because auditor is not 100% sure in all the aspects other than the auditing. That is why he has a right to seek any legal or technical advice, right? So that he can perform well. Next one is that right to be indemnified. Right to be indemnified means that auditor is having the same rights and duties just like employees. Through auditor, if company gets any kind of loss, or because of the actions or because of the activities of auditor, if company is indulged in any kind of loss, then auditor can be indemnified for that loss. Means auditor is responsible for that loss. He has to cover up that loss. That is what we are saying in this point. Right to be indemnified due to the loss, due to the negligence, due to the irresponsibility of auditor. If company is under loss, that loss is to be indemnified. That loss is to be covered by the auditor. He has a right to indemnified because of his negligence, because of his actions, right? So this is also his right. He has to bear the loss also. Next one, right to be remuneration. Every auditor is having the right to get the remuneration. So how does he get the remuneration? This is already decided before entering into the auditing of any company. So as per the agreement, some remuneration is decided, but this remuneration will be given to the auditor at the end of his work. Once if he fulfills all the work, all the auditing is completed, then he is having the right to get his remuneration, last right. But in the initial what he spoke, first he has a right to access the books, he has to get the information, okay, right information, explanation, something he wants, he can get it, and also he can inspect the branches, and also he can receive the notices, and also he can sign on the audit report, and he can get this legal and the technical advice. right to indemnify. Lastly, we are talking about right to remunerate. Am I clear? So if you just remember the process, how the auditing is going on, like you can get the points. You can remember these points simply. Starting and ending. In between, what is the process of auditing? So according to that, his rights. Easy to remember, need not to by heart much. Am I clear? Take a screenshot or note down. Hope you all are following auditing class properly, right? So let me know your feedback in the comment box of every video. If you follow any video, please give a simple thumbs up, a small like, so that I'll come to know you're following it. It takes hardly some seconds of time, right? And also please recommend this channel and support our channel by spreading this channel videos to many students, because it is free of cost. Many subjects already prepared, and also there are many more subjects I am planning in the coming days. Stay connected, study well throughout your semester, and before exam just revise it. Good luck.